Hello, my dear students. I am Dr. Muhammad Shahzad Hussain, Associate Professor and Head of the Department from the Pathology Department. Today, our lecture topic is neoplasia, and we have to know what is the definition of neoplasia. We know neoplasia is the new growth, a new growth which is called neoplasia. A definition is given by British oncologist Willis. A neoplasm is an abnormal mass of tissue, the growth of which exceeds and is uncoordinated with that of normal tissue and persists in the same excessive manner after cessation of the stimuli which evoke the change. And all neoplastic condition, there is genetic changes in which condition there is excessive and unregulated proliferation, and that becomes autonomous. And all neoplastic cells within a tumor usually arises from a single cell that had incurred genetic change and hence becomes clonal. And then we have to know what is the classification of neoplasia. The neoplasia is usually classified on the basis of two things. One is tissue origin, another one is behavior. On the basis of tissue origin, tumor of one parenchymal cells, for example, epithelial tumors such as squamous epithelium, glandular epithelium, and transitional epithelium. Another is non-epithelial, that is mesenchymal on a corrective tissue origin. For example, a tumor arising from adipose tissue, fibrous tissue, bone, cartilage, muscles, and neural tissue. Another is blood vessels and lymph vessels. Another classification is given, that is mixed tumor, which is known, that is most common tumor is the pleomorphic erythema, which arise usually salivary gland, and tumor arising from more than one germ layer, which is known as teratoma. And tumor is classified on the basis of behavior. We know there is three tumors, that is benign, malignant, and locally malignant tumors. There are three locally malignant tumor. We can know the examples, that is basal cell carcinoma, giant cell tumor of the bone, and astrocytoma and CNS. We have to know some examples of tumor classification on the basis of tissue origin and on the basis of behavior, that is benign and malignant tumor. First one is epithelial tumor origin. We know that is squamous epithelium, in which benign tumor is known as papilloma, but malignant tumor is known as squamous cell carcinoma. Another is transitional epithelium, in which condition benign tumor is known as papilloma, but malignant tumor is known as transitional cell carcinoma. Another one is glandular epithelium, in which condition benign tumor is known as adenoma and malignant tumor is adenocarcinoma. And from the connective tissue origin, for example, fibrous tissue origin, benign tumor is known as fibroma and malignant tumor is known as fibrosarcoma. And cartilaginous tumor, in which benign tumor is known as chondroma and malignant tumor is chondrosarcoma. And from the bone, for example, benign tumor is osteoma and malignant tumor is osteosarcoma. And from the fat origin, the benign tumor is known as lipoma and malignant tumor is liposarcoma, etc. We have to know this as some examples. And now I will discuss about the characters of a benign tumor. What is the characters of a benign tumor? Usually in the microscopic and gross characteristic of a benign tumor is considered relatively innocent, and this tumor usually remains localized and it is usually capsulated and it cannot be spread to other sites, and this tumor is generally amenable to surgical resections and the patients are usually survive. And characters of a malignant tumors. All malignant tumors are collectively known as cancers, and this term usually derived from the Latin word crepe because they adhere to any part similar to a crepe. And malignant tumor can invade and destroy the adjacent structures. And this malignant tumor can spread to the distant sites and which may cause death. So malignant tumor always raises a red flag. All benign or malignant tumor having two components, Number one is parenchyma, which contains the clonal neoplastic cells, and another is reactive stroma that contains connective tissues, blood vessels, and there are variable number of inflammatory cells. Then we have to know what is the difference between the benign and malignant tumor. We can differentiate in several points such as differentiation and anaplasia, rate of growth, mitotic figures, local invasion, metastasis, and prognosis. Differentiation and anaplasia. In case of benign tumor, this is well differentiated, but in case of malignant tumor, there is some lack of differentiation with anaplasia. And in case of rate of growth, in case of benign tumor, it is usually progressive and slow, but in case of malignant tumor, this is erratic and may be slow to rapid. And mitotic figures. If you consider mitotic figures, in case of benign tumor, there is mitotic figure very rare, but if there is mitotic figure, this is normal. But in case of malignant tumor, there is numerous mitotic figures, and these mitotic figures are usually abnormal. And local invasion. In case of benign tumor, this tumor is usually locally cohesive and well demarcated that do not invade the surrounding structures. But in case of malignant tumor, this is locally invasive and infiltrating the surrounding tissue. Metastasis, we know benign tumor never metastasize, but in malignant tumor frequently metastasis. And prognosis, if we consider prognosis, in case of benign tumor it is good, in case of malignant tumor this is bad. If we can see the figure, these figures, you can see there is the uterus. In the uterus, there is, we can see in the left hand side and the right hand side. Left hand side, there is a benign tumor which is known as leiomyoma, but in case of right hand side, there is known as leiomyosarcoma. We can see here benign tumor leiomyoma is remaining localized, but in case of leiomyosarcoma, which usually invade the surrounding structures. Then we have to know what is the differentiation and what is the anaplasia. Differentiation refers to the extent to which neoplastic parenchymal cells resemble the corresponding normal parenchymal cells both morphologically and functionally. And anaplasia means that is lack of differentiation. All benign tumor is usually well differentiated, and all malignant tumor it may be well differentiated to completely undifferentiated. But between these two extreme conditions, this is known as moderately well differentiated. And lack of differentiation, that is anaplasia, is the hallmark of malignancy. Now we have to know what is the features of a malignant cell. What is the features of a malignancy? Number one is pleomorphism, that is variation in the size and shape, both in the cells and nucleus. And abnormal nuclear morphology. Nuclei are usually hyperchromatic, and nuclei contain abundant chromatin and dark staining. The nuclei are disproportionately large of the cells. The nuclear to cytoplasmic ratio may approach 1:1, and instead of 1:4, 1:6. The nuclear shape is variable and often irregular. The chromatin is often coarsely clumped and distributed along the nuclear membrane, and there is usually large nuclei within the nucleus. Mitosis. There is atypical BGR mitotic figures and them sometimes producing tripolar, quadrupolar and multipolar spindles. Loss of polarity. The orientation of anaplastic cells is markedly lost. Other changes, there may be formation of tumor giant cells. You can see in this figure, there is anaplastic tumor skeletal muscle, there is tumor giant cells, and there is large hyperchromatic nuclei. And there is also another tumors, we can see there is a mitotic figures, and this is the abnormal mitotic figures which is forming into the tripolar spindle shaped. And this is the benign tumor of leiomyoma of the uterus, you can see the figures, and this is the malignant tumor of squamous cell carcinoma. And this is the another malignant tumor which is known as adenocarcinoma. We know where the adenocarcinoma occurs. In all organs, Where the glandular epithelium lining is occurs, here is adenocarcinoma occurs. Okay, today I wish to complete these lectures. Thank you all. Remain well.